session is all about the youth getting the mic, and we are going to nurture from what they say. Our moderator is again Miss Dilek Bill, and I will give the word to her, of course. First, I'd like to introduce the guests. They're from the field directly producing and working, and I see the products behind them. They keep working and producing. Yasemin Sezer from Sezer Textile, product development manager. Also from Pamex Clothing, Çal Karahasanoğlu, senior client customer manager. We have Engin Karahan from Fatto Giyim and Sina Bilal from Bilsar. They're all here with us today. Welcome. Now I'd like to give the word to Ms. Dilek for this nice session. Thank you so much, Mr. Barış. We said our mission is to initiate the young people, the youth, and the young generation to get into the textile industry in terms of sustainability. Now, I would like to give the word first to Yasemin and Çağıl. What were they thinking joining this group in this young TGSD? What did they aim to achieve? Let's first hear it out from them. Hello. First of all, I would like to thank TGSD for including us in this conference. We are at the very start of the road, and we chose the areas that we're going to focus on, and we're working on that. Yasemin, what do you have to say? I can say I was born in this industry. I'm the third generation in our family. I joined the company in 2018. I wanted to get an idea about the industry. I joined the 11th Istanbul Fashion Conference, and the theme was responsible fashion. Everybody was talking about this. Everybody was aware of the importance of the issue, but they were a bit exhausted with the steps taken to change the industry. How will we overcome this? Who will hold our hand to just stand up again? Maybe it's about having our voice heard. Maybe if we had a platform, they said. And in the last 2 years, the nature's voice has become louder, saying, I can't carry your weight anymore. And the pandemic was hitting us hard. When we heard this initiative of the youth TGSD, we started to join the meetings with people, our senior, very experienced members ready to support us. And we know how big the problem is, but we're still focused on the solution, and we would like to thank the association for their support to us. Okay, great, amazing. Engin and Sina, let's ask why you are in this organization, and then we will talk about the fields that you are going to focus on. Thank you so much, Ms. Dilek. It excites me being here because I can say that the youth can detect or feel the vibe of the possible future changes, and I think we can integrate it to the industry at an earlier stage, being at least included in the rhetoric or the conversation is very exciting for us. So this TGSD youth is giving us a filter that helps us to hone our very wide imagination, maybe. Okay, let's hear it from Engin now. I am in the second generation, so I know technology and environment. This is unfortunately also an industry creating so much garbage and waste. This is this is a good opportunity for us to change something. And I would like to ask you about the topic or the field that you are going to focus with, Engin, and then I will give the word to Yasemin and Charles. First of all, I want to talk about the benefit that we're going to create. In the innovative fields, there are R&D efforts. They use the proven methods and materials. So as much as the countries take a risk in short term, they actually gain in the long run, and we want to show it to our industry. So any kind of new fibers to be developed in our local companies will create sustainable alternatives and creating more export. So at this point, currently, as you know, in Turkey, we produce polyester, and it's hard to get rid of these fibers that are available, but we need to put a distance between us. Cotton, of course, is a major topic. It's an amazing fiber in 25%, and it is natural, healthy, and recyclable, and we have a very important competitive edge as Turkey. Can you tell us about your project?
So we were talking about cotton. Cotton consumes a lot of water, and no matter what you do, that's the nature of it. And on the other hand, we have fiber, and it is widely used in the sector, and it has a great advantage to recycle or upcycle. So when cotton runs short, fibers can come in. Of course, polyesters have their own hazardous effects, but we have to focus on recycled polyesters. And I want to share some innovations, some fibers, some innovative ones are also available. Viscose acetate and modern fibers will be produced even more. And there are some plant-based fibers made of, for example, coconut, and they make 5.7% of this sector, and it is expected to increase. Can you please mind the time? So how will you bring these two ideas together? Engin will cover some raw materials, so I should give the floor to him. Sure, apart from raw materials, I want to share some the latest developments. From linear, we have to move to circular, and there are some materials that can help us. Of course, plastics comes first. We can process them and turn them into new fabrics. And cannabis is new. It is a new material. Although it has been around for so long, it is not used that widely, but actually it's good for the soil. It can produce more oxygen, and it's really beneficial. Cellulose-based fabrics are made of recycled wood or paper, and some companies came up with this mitodiner algae-based fabric, and this is also really a great alternative, a healthy and environmentally friendly fabric. They can come up with fabrics made out of coffee beans. So I suppose your dream, your vision is to create a Turkish brand that can focus on alternative and environmentally friendly fabrics. Well, yes, in short term, the conventional methods and materials are the easiest ones to use, but we cannot continue like this. So that's why we need alternatives. Microorganisms, by the way, are also used. For example, you can use orange peel or banana peel as fertilizers, and then you can come up with faux leather. And there are 4 companies that help this transformation. So the Global Change Award is one that helps R&D. Ellen MacArthur Foundation and DNH is are all great companies that help us to move from linear to circular. Guys, you are great. Thank you. So let's go back to Yasemin and Chal and hear about their project. We want to bring awareness on the fact that oceans are polluted as a result of the activities of this sector. 8 million tons of plastic waste goes to the oceans every year and pollutes the waters. Microplastics are another big problem, and polyester or acrylic is widely used in the fashion industry, and these materials cause those microplastics enormously. After the washing process of a fabric, those microplastics are polluting the water, and that water then goes out of a facility and pollutes the surrounding water. So another polluter is microfibers, and they cannot be biologically eliminated. Plastics polluting the oceans, and 35% of them are due to the washing processes of the textile industry, and researchers show that half a million tons of plastics go to the oceans, and 1.4 trillion tons of plastic are in the ocean. And it is estimated that in the near future there will be more plastic in the oceans than there are fish. And by the end of 2020, 2.2 million tons of plastic will again go to the ocean. So we have to do something about it for sure. And now I want to leave the floor to Yasemin for her project. Yes, I mean, Chol gave us a daunting insight on what's going on with the pollutants, but let's not limit our focus to the sea or the ocean, but think of the nature as a whole. We should limit the use of plastics, and unfortunately, fashion industry uses synthetic materials a lot, so we need alternatives. But I mean, of course, in short term, coming up with new alternative materials is not going to be that easy. Yes, this project is a mid to long-term project, but I'm sure there will be many different ways. There can be a lot of different solutions. Academia should support private sector, and public sector should get together to come up with these alternatives. Like she said, in order to stop the micro material polluting the water, there might be new filter groups. And by the way, Arçelik Group took some great steps to overcome this. For the first time, Arçelik launched a washing machine that can collect that microplastics. Industrial solutions can be available too, so that we can stop microplastics polluting the water. And producers, brand owners should get together to change what they buy, and they should be informed. For textile and pret-a-porter, we can create a platform. This can be a valuable step. And another subject is that the supply chain is not an individual, an independent body. All they are a part of this big picture as well. So we need them to take some steps as well. UN 2030 sustainability goals are always in our focus as we try to develop and come up with our projects. Like we said before, we need standards, and I hope Turkey can be a pioneer country for this. Even though COVID brought many challenges, we will continue our efforts and work relentlessly. Yasemin, thank you so much. It was a great excitement working with you. You have a great path, a great journey waiting for you. We will continue to raise and train the future leaders of our sector, and we will have a mentoring program as well. Mr. Dilek, thank you so much. It has been the most exciting, the happiest, and the session that gave us hope. It was such a great session. You covered a lot of different subjects. Behaviors are changing, the entire world is changing, and now I'm convinced that you are following the latest trends. I'm sure that you will bring the change and rock the sector. Yasemin, Çağıl, Engin, and Sina, thank you so much. And now it's time to focus on energy, but it's not about conventional. It's about solar energy. So next session's subject will be solar energy, but